Yo, it's your boy Kenji, man, and we back with another Kingdom chapter review. It's been a long time, I know. It's been a hell of a long time. I haven't read a chapter, reacted to it since chapter, what, 7? I could go check right quick. 7:59. So a lot of stuff has happened since I have, taken my little long break, whatever you want to call it. But I left on the Han chapter when when they were about to present themselves to the Han Royal Court, and the whole thing happened with Campeche, and you know what happened to Campeche? He got assassinated, or whatever you want to call it. You got killed. But after that, we had the most really, it was just a failure on Shohiken and Ozen's plan. When Shibasho and Roboku came in with those guys, bro, they had military might. They had martial prowess that Ozen's army just didn't have. Okay, so if you want to know how I think about that, this is exactly how I think about that. Ozen underestimated Shibasho. He underestimated Roboku, and he's been doing that for a long time. And I love the conversation that one of his generals had with him about the whole thing. I'm slipping on his name, y'all, but I will bring that up again when Ozen is shown again. And after that, we had the successful invasion of Han, and the complete just takeover of Han. And we seen what happened with Toe. So Toe, and I think I did a video. I did do a video. I did a whole video on Toe, and so I'm not gonna spoil anything here. I'm gonna try to stop doing spoilers during these reactions and reviews. But I have done a video about General Toe and his whole contributions to the whole unification of China, and how is basically he's gonna stay in Han. I said that from the beginning. He's gonna stay in Han, and he's gonna handle shit there. But when he saved his life for Princess Ney, and he jumped over to catch her and fell on his back like that, it was over. So that's it just makes more room for either Ozen or Molten or Shin to take their place as one of the great generals of Quinn. So now, now that we've taken over Han, we are back in Zhao. And Zhao, honestly, Zhao just keep pulling men from everywhere, from every direction. I'm just like, bro, how many more people do we have to kill? And the funny thing is, they always, like, when we have to find men in Quinn, they explain that shit in detail. But when they gotta go find people in Zhao, they ain't explaining stuff. I mean, explaining shit. But they kind of explain it later on. But, yeah. Full invasion all the way down. I wish I had the map, but I'm not going to go look for it in one of those chapters. I don't remember where the map was. But we're just going to focus on this chapter. We're not going to focus on what happened before. I know I should have reviewed it. You know, the fight, the duel between the Arrow, what's his name? The Bow brothers. The Bow brothers and they fought old dude, the top archer of all of Quinn. I have not done a top 10 archers list on none of these videos. I always said I was gonna do it, but there was just not enough people shown. And they finally, and I used to talk about this dude all the time. I had like one picture of him, but they shown him, and I'm glad to see his ass grass, if you know what I mean. But let's get into this chapter review and reaction. I'm going to try to get through it very fast as I can to not make this video too long. So let's get into it. Alright. As in the previous chapter, Molten came up with a plan. with Shin and Kyokai to move as a unit, but just pushing forward so they can push back Roboku's army at the southern, I would say the southern hemisphere of this invasion. Not as far as Yatama, but Shin has pushed all the way through to the point where he's past the secondary line of defense, and now there is no more defense. Finally, my boy Hara has, just allowed Zao not to have any more people to come keep defending. It's just after a while you just get like, goddamn boy, Zao must have had the hugest army in China. So let's get into it. So we see the High Shin unit in this panel, and they're moving fast. They're trying to get ahead of. They're just trying to get deep into Zao territory. All right, one of the men will head south and strike from behind at the enemy stopping the Kyokai army, so they can make it through and come assist. Good, we're counting on you, Sozu. That's my boy Sozu. Oh, my boy is still out there shining. Sozu. And we see Shin and Karyo 10. So we see Sozu go off and get a couple of men and move off. I'm not going to read everything. And after that, Sozu is going behind. See, they left Kyokai army, right? And so the Sozu army is going to go behind the army that Kyokai is facing, so she can eventually push forward. Because this is mostly cavalry right here. So they're pushing all the way into the Zao's heart. We see some inner Zao Hakubi mountain range. And we see a couple of guys look like mercenaries or something. And they're sitting around eating. And they see the huge army, the Hashin unit, moving past. They send off a signal letting somebody know. Letting them know they broke through the second defensive line in Mount Kuru. Now there's showing a Zao small city of Otsuyu, and that flare. They just shot off a flare to warn the city. But most likely that's a small city. They're not big enough to stop Shin. So they move. The only thing they can do is look at them. As the Shin army passes by, they're ringing the bell. Enemy attack, enemy attack. Yeah. They're clanging. But all we see is women and children. There's only a few men there. And it makes sense. So we're going to read this one. Karyo 10. Is it okay for us to be this close to an enemy city? They're really worked up in there. It's fine. According to headquarters, this is just a small city. They won't come out and attack us. No. They only have enough manpower to defend themselves anyway. And since they have sent most of those men out to fight already, they should have next to nothing left to attack us with. Karyo 10, that's a messenger from Setsuko. Report. There's a larger city ahead to the left, but no signs of an army there. And further ahead, there's a large wooded area. We're searching for any enemies there, but likewise, it appears empty. Karyo 10, this, just as we thought. In this war, Quinn sent all of its forces, but Zao has used up every soldier they have to. Roboku bet everything on his primary and secondary defensive lines, so there's nothing left inside. And this is Shin. So that's how we were able to break through, huh? And they did not explain that well. It was kind of like they just kind of skimmed over it. But I understand. Use your imagination. Of course, we still have to avoid the larger cities while we advance. The most dangerous one is deeper on the right, Bu-an. Byung. Roboku set himself up as Lord there. Roboku's city? Yes, but it's deep beyond those plains and mountains. And moreover, Bjorn is particularly should have given Roboku all of its manpower for the war. In other words, Right now, yes. And so, it's Garo, the redhead. Oh, Carrier 10, I get that we're riding momentum here, but if we keep going like this, we'll get separated from our troops at the back. And our main force is our infantry. Garu, I know that. The cavalry have to scout ahead for enemies to ensure that the infantry can advance unharmed. But now we know there aren't any. So like Garu said, we should slow down a bit and rejoin the infantry, Shin. Sure, do that. I'm gonna go ahead a bit. Oh, Shin. I can't help it. And so, I mean, it's obvious. We're the first ones to ever set foot this deep in these lands. And that's deep. That's deep. Being the first ones to ever do that. KO10 and Garu looking at him like in shock, like, you're right. And I'm thinking like, yeah. Took a long fucking time, bro. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll go a bit further too. Oh, you too. And that was Garu. And we see them camping. No, this is man, what's this dude's name? This is damn, I'm slipping on people's name. But it's okay, man. It's a lot of people I can forget. This is the dude that was under Ozen. Oki. Okie dokie. But and under Toe. So he's taking his army. The Haitian unit broke through the defensive line. Yes, we heard from our scouts at the southern battlefield. We looked into it and it's true. They broke through? So where are they now? It seems there aren't any details yet. But the Zao army is engaged with the Kyokai army and Gakuka and thus can't chase after them. The Haitian unit is advancing deeper and deeper into Zao lands. They've pushed in so far, they've even shaken off their allies. Rokumi-sama. Rokumi. That brat. And Rokumi looks so different without his helmet. You know, I'm not used to seeing him without his helmet. And he's like, you really outshone us this time, huh? And then we see a couple of panels of Shin and his men moving further into Zao the next morning. The infantry has finally caught up with the cavalry. They're all together now. We see Shugen, new guy with the weird hairstyle, the bold hairstyle, forgot his name, and Heki. I said Heki. Oh, I did not say Heki. It's been a long time. Bucktooth. What is his name? I'm forgetting everybody's name. Look, up there, cavalry. Shin's group stopped moving. Is it enemies? They finally appeared. Information. Advance. Everybody ready. The whole infantry army, like, they ready, bro. They like, we deep in Zao, man. We gonna get, I'm telling you. Be ready. Baha. That's Baha. Bucktooth Baha, man. I'm relearning everybody's name. And so, we see the infantry and Shin looking at what we can guess to be the capital of Zao, Kantan. Baha is like a city. It's huge. It's unbelievably huge. Seriously. What is that? Shin. And Shin is like, that's Kantan, the capital. Yep. Everybody's shocked. Is this for real, Shin? We made it. We're here. Hi, Shin unit. Oi! At long last, they made it to the royal capital. That's what's hot, man. That's what's hot, bro. It's been a long time coming, bro. Like, for real. What chapter did we get out here? Into Zao. It had to be like chapter 500, bro. Like, the first, like when Kanki and Shin first invaded Zao, it had to be chapter 500. Bro, I wish these pop-ups would chill. Let me see. Let me just check that right quick. It had to be chapter 500 that this happened. It's been almost 400 chapters, bro. This is ridiculous. But it is what it is. Roboku is really the main villain. And I think after he is done with, it's pretty much a wrap. Oh, well, chapter 500 is when Ozen and Yatanwa and Kanki first came in. So I guess we can say that we can, because what Kanki took over was West Zao, and West Zao really was its own country. Like, just if you want to get technical with it, but this is a chapter I've been waiting for a long time, bro. For them to finally be this close to Kantan. And what people need to realize right here and right now, I'm not going to bring any spoilers into this, but it may come off as spoiler. But let's just think about this, y'all, before this video is over with, because this is a good chapter. Not a lot of action, but it's more of a what happened, because you could tell Hard was trying to rush through that those new face guys that Kyokai and Gakuga were facing. They wanted to rush through them. I didn't even see Bananji. I think Bananji was out there and Futai was out there, but we really didn't go head to head with them. So, and Kane, they was out there. Believe me, they were out there. But they didn't really go head to head. And I think Hard just wanted to get to the point. You know? So, here's my predictions of what's going to happen. As we all know, there are Quinn spies in the court of Zao. We know. The dude that killed Kanpishi in Quinn, who Kanpishi came from Han, royal family. He is deeply in the Han courts. The last time we was in the courts, we saw his face. We saw him realizing that there's probably going to be some moves being made to go against Roboku. That's what the perception was. Now, this whole time we've been fighting, Zao has lost Western Zao, Southern Zao. It's only Northern and Central Zao left, and a little coast of Eastern Zao, where Shibasho and his men basically run shit. But when is the last time Zao ever? Just think about this. What happened in the last arc with Han? They pulled up and those people were scared. They had a whole police force that hijacked command and tried to make kids and citizens fight, and it was complete turmoil and chaos, right? What you think gonna happen when Zao, the people in the capital, who've been hearing about Shin kicking ass from north to south to west to east, when they see them outside the gate, and you see how the decision making goes on in Zao, there's a lot of fear. Now that new king, he knows how to play the game. He is not dumb. He may be sadistic, but I feel like he's more dangerous than his father. His father just didn't give a fuck. He was just closed the goddamn fuck everybody. But I think this dude, he's on that, forget everybody, is really just about me, but at the same time, he still wants to be looked as a hero for his people. His father didn't want to really care about that. So when the people see the Quinn people, when people see a Hasha unit outside their gate, it will stir them into chaos. And not only will it stir them into chaos, but it's going to stir the Zao court into chaos. That new king, in the last time we saw them, he was making jokes about how the people were looking at Roboku as a hero and all this, and that he might be a threat to his power. Because if you see what Roboku has been doing in the last few chapters. He's been up and down, north, south, through the whole battlefield, going to each battlefield, taking over reigns, fixing shit. He's everywhere. These people literally are looking at him more than just a king. He is their hero, their savior. And if they can find a way, any way, to get rid of Roboku and stop his shine, this would be the moment to do so. Oh, Roboku let an army get through? All this stuff we done did for him? We done gave him control of all these armies? You can see a politician doing that. That's against Roboku's side. And yeah, old boy in there, what's his name? The one that got his arm taken off by one of the Yatama's men. What's his name? I forgot. All these people's names. Baggio. He took his hand. He's in the court right now. You think they not gonna show their ass off? Yes. They gonna try to defend Roboku. But as you can tell, Roboku's tired, man. I don't think the end of this is gonna be Ozen. I don't think. Look, I'm trying not to spoil it, man. All I know is I just feel like this is my prediction. It's gonna sound like a spoiler, but it's not. Roboku is about to get betrayed. He's gonna get locked up again. This is my prediction. They're not gonna allow him enough time to do what he wants to do, which is beat Quinn and push them out of the country completely. This is going to be, he doesn't have the military forces to do that. His whole plan is fumbling up in the north thanks to Ozen's son, Ohan. His plan failed from using one of those top 10 bows to stop Yatama's army and cause it, because he was planning to just take over. He had a plan for each wing, north from south, to collapse the whole Quinn army. Failed on both ends, allowing Shen to get through. Kyoka's coming next, and y'all know this is about to be spoilers, so you might as well leave the video. If the moment Kyoka shows up, it's over, y'all. Because if you know in my Kyoka video, you know if she is one of, spoiler again, she's one of them people. If you know what I mean. She's one of them. So once you start hearing about people in historical history getting to the spots that they're supposed to be in, it's pretty much a wrap, bro. But yeah, y'all let me know how you felt about the chapter. Like I said, this is a good chapter. I'm proud of the Hashira unit to have made it this far. And they don't really even have to go that hard and try to take the capital. You don't. It's the same thing with Han. All you gotta do is be visually seen, and that whole city gonna go into chaos. The whole city. And all I know is the court is gonna make their decision on what to do with Roboku. You think they gonna call Roboku and say, Roboku, we need you to fix this? No, they're gonna they're gonna be like, see, we told you, King. This motherfucker don't know what he doing. We get Roboku out of here, execute him, and his bitch Kane. Get him out of here, so we can put Doofus and Goofus in front, so they can win the whole battle. Doofus and Goofus can do it. Alright, I paid them a lot of money, they can do it. And then Doofus and Goofus gonna go out there getting manhandled by Ozen. Get manhandled. And that's gonna be the end of it. Roboku ain't even gonna get to see the fall of Zao. But it's your boy Kenji, man. Subscribe, comment, like, share, do all the thug dizzle. I'm out.